boxes worth of
I
packs
mean, I
at
can
my
definitely
house.
see that just because like no one plays Eternal formats here, which means that if
No,
you
they
play
do.
that, you play for fun.
Yeah, well,
Definitely.
but there's enough people to play. It's just people are just flakes and don't show up. People like to
That
talk
actually
about it.
happens a lot.
All right, guys. So here we are in round 5, the winning in round, the last round of Swiss tonight's Friday Night Magic Standard Tournament. Both of these players are on 9 points, so they're vying for a spot in the top 8. The loser might make it in as well. We'll just have to wait and see. On the
Troy
left,
leads with 2 10
yeah,
lands.
it's not ideal. Of course, if he lands a Geist
Right
of
into a Geist.
he's on the all M10 land plan here. So Troy on Bant Aggro, it's basically a Bant hexproof shell with some additional cards in it that don't necessarily see play. We are going to see the hasted paired Lightning Mauler Silverblade Paladin combination, which we're going to pound in for 8 and send Troy all the way down to 12. And then, of course, Aaron Dailey. This all coming out of the Boros Aggro deck of Aaron Dailey, which is basically a red-white humans deck. And there is a Loxodon Smiter, which will do a pretty good job of clogging the board, and at least buying him 1 turn, because that's just going to die to... He can trade with whichever of these creatures he so chooses. I guess you serve in with the Lightning Mauler and trade... Ooh.
Ouch.
That is a very timid...
That is not good.
Very timid play. When you're playing the beatdown deck, I don't think you ever don't trade one of your creatures with...
I mean, maybe Aaron has something in his hand.
Sure, obviously, and we don't know his stock list because it's not one. I can see arguments for attacking with both. I can see arguments for attacking just with the Lightning Mauler, but either way, you have to either get 4 damage through or trade with that Loxodon Smiter, I would think.
Especially if he puts down a Flinch and Courage here.
Well, what about that? Silverblade of my own.
Okay.
Angel repairing the Silverblade with the Restoration Angel. So he's going to be able to get in for 6 at least here. And if we have a Boros Charm, that'll be enough. Boros Charm on the Angel won't be enough because he'll get double strike twice.
It's triple strike.
He's going to pair that with the Lightning Mauler, right?
Yeah, and then he attacks and with everything. And
everything is indestructible, right?
Right.
So Troy is screwed.
Block the biggest things.
Yeah.
Just block the Silverblade and the...
Well, you're dead here to...
6.
Yeah, 6.
7, 8.
Yeah.
You take 8.
The Angel is on 6, 3 double striking. 8 from the Paladin, and just 2 and 3 from the other 2. So you're taking 6 no matter what. You can't do that. That's what he wants to do. 1, 2, 3, 6.
6 plus 4, 10. No, you can do that. Could be a 2. Paladin does 4 and the Angel does 6.
Oh yeah, I don't know why I'm thinking the Paladin does 8. Probably because I'm a moron.
Well, Troy dies anyways.
Well, I mean, what card could he have drawn there? Like Supreme Verdict?
Yeah.
In his deck that runs 22 creatures or whatever? Probably not. So that was a quick one. Looks like Troy's going to need to go to the board and find some answers to that. As Aaron pounds in with the turn... Was it turn 4? Did he kill him on turn 4? No, turn 5, turn 6. Who knows? Missed some land drops in there. Regardless of what it was pretty darn quick. So while these guys sideboard up and... Did I do a tweet about this one? Did you see if I did a tweet? Let me check.
I think you might have.
Just making sure if I did or not. Yeah, I did it.
Yay.
Always do a tweet about it. But I do want to take this opportunity to, we've got 185 of you loyal viewers watching. To remind everybody to support our sponsors if you feel so inclined. If you enjoy the stream and you want to see it continue. It's the best way of helping us out there. If you enjoy the nice custom double feature mat that our players are playing on currently, that's courtesy of the fine folks over at InkedPlaymats.com. Head over there to their website for all of your playmat needs, both original art playmats you can purchase from them starting at $10 every day, and then custom playmats starting at $25 for a single playmat, and then an additional charge for the double playmat like you see featured. Could not be a nicer group of guys. They're excellent to work with in getting our playmat. I highly recommend them. Their products are good quality, and they'll work with you pretty well, even if you're not a graphic design whiz. They will work with you. So definitely check them out. And also, over on the right, head over to www.affinityforcards.com for all the hard-to-find Magic cards that you need. We always try to encourage people to support their local game store, but we all know, including myself, there are cards I want that just frankly, the local game store doesn't have. There's a lot of hard-to-find cards, and in those cases, try to support the folks over at affinityforcards.com with some of the best buy prices and some of the lowest retail prices around. No joke, he was selling voices, I think, for $37.50 today.
Nice.
Which is
eBay prices.
Yeah, it's like $5 to $6 off the lowest retail on sale. Like, I know both MTG Card Market and Medina were both selling them at like $44 on sale.
Oh.
And very legit prices over there, and then that does help support the stream with a little kickback. So make sure to use coupon code LOSTLEGION, all one word, when you get a chance, to support those who support the stream. You can also support us directly by sending me copious amounts of money in an unmarked envelope. Or you could just follow us on various forms of social media. I know I say this all the time, and I apologize. We've already lost 10 viewers because I can't stomach advertisements. But we do this entirely on... I do not own the store. They do not pay me to do this. This is just entirely something we do of our own free will and kindness of our hearts. And the best way to support the stream is to help us grow it in terms of fan base. So if you follow us on various forms of social media, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow me at ZachSellsMagic on Twitter. You're obviously watching on Twitch right now, so click the follow button above or below the video window, depending on which layout you're using. And then more importantly, go over to our Facebook page at facebook.com/ZachSellsMagic for daily updates, Magic News Aggregator, videos, photos, highlights from the stream, all that kind of good stuff. It doesn't cost you a red cent. And does help the stream. And as always, last week we did have some people donate financially. If you do want to donate to the stream and help us recoup the cost of the equipment that I've already bought out of pocket. There's people always talk about that. Like, I'd have to get so many donations before I would turn a profit and have to worry about what to do with that money, which I'm just going to upgrade the equipment. I think we can, at some point I'd like to have an additional camera out there so you can actually see the players or something like that. But you can always donate to our PayPal account, ZachSellsMagic@gmail.com. So we'll see how this one goes here. Hopefully, if this one ends quick, we can grab another match. I wanted to get Max on. Max Turner is playing for the top 8 as well. He's playing Bant Aggro. He's recently switched to that from red-green.
I thought he was playing mid-range, but...
What did I say, Bant Aggro?
Yeah.
No, he's mid-range. I just misspoke.
Yeah, he also said he couldn't get Olivia's because I wasn't here in time, apparently.
Well, I thought he asked for one earlier in the week on their Facebook page, which is a nice effect of the Facebook page, is that people use it for trades.
Yeah.
But I thought I had one, and I know I did own one at some point, but I just cannot seem to find it. So I could not help him out with that. But as Aaron continues to troll us with one of the worst sports franchises in the history of mankind. Only the Dallas Cowboys, their arch nemesis, can be worse than.
I used to like the Dallas Cowboys, 20 years ago.
Well, you make poor decisions in life, yeah. That's all I got to say. Are you originally from Georgia?
Yeah, I'm from Georgia. We had the option of liking the Falcons.
You could.
Way back when they were doing nothing.
All right, so I don't know what's going on there. Troy played a card face down. There we go. Morphing in his Sun Petal Grow. And again, his mana base pretty brutal here if he's starting on another
this doesn't
M10 dual taps. But Aaron does not have a turn 1 Stromkirk Noble, so he's giving him a little bit of leeway. And again, Troy's mana base really hampering his ability to get off to the races here.
I mean, I can only imagine that.
Turn 2 Thalia.
Well, I mean...
No, Thalia's very good. It makes your Unflinching Courage a much worse card.
It takes to cast a Geist.
Cast a Geist, I can only imagine.
Geist or a Smiter, I mean.
It is, in fact, the Geist. Of course, the Geist can't attack favorably into the 2/1 First Striker that is Thalia.
I mean, you would basically hope for a Spectral Flight on the Geist next turn.
Oh, I can only imagine that he's got some kind of goodie to load up. And being on the play, he can land a 4th land and then go Unflinching Courage on it too, which I guess is the best possible scenario.
Yeah, he just attacks and goes ahead and does the life total just because he assumes the Geist is a blocking.
Yeah,
Good assumption, but...
Geist has never blocked in the history of mankind, except for the turn that you're going to die.
Yeah.
So Frontline Medic is a follow-up, so Aaron, make sure that something can get in front of that Geist.
Interesting. Something's going to happen.
And we're going to see a Simic Charm. Simic Charm giving it +3/+3, so Aaron is just going to end up taking 4 from the Angel. That Simic Charm is one, I think he plays 2 of them, which we famously saw in the highlights several weeks ago, where 2 consecutive Simic Charms blew up 2 consecutive Azorius Charms from the American Flash deck. But it does help in terms of basically being an effective counterspell that you can also use as a Giant Growth. Troy gets good use out of it. So Aaron adds that stupid card, whatever it is,
Reckoner.
Boros Reckoner to the board, and it continues to pile in with his Thalia.
And we really hope for a Spectral Flight. Yep.
And there's the Spectral Flight with the tax paid. So now getting in for 8. Aaron's on a 1-turn clock here. He's got to find some answer to this creature. He can attack back for 5. Boros Charm would put him at... He'd need 2 Boros Charms here. No, that's not even good, is it? He's attacking for 5, puts him at 9.
2 Boros Charms will put him out. Well, yeah, put about 1.
Yeah, because neither of the creatures, it's not going to be better to double strike them as opposed to just 4 them.
No.
He does have Restoration Angels in his deck. Or at least he has 1. I saw 1 in an earlier round.
Okay. I mean, he's tapping 4 mana. Yeah. Simic Charm.
Simic Charm, bouncing the blocker, clearing the path before blocks.
And winning the game.
So Troy gets in there.
So he sees both of his Simic Charms?
Yes. I'm pretty sure he only has 2, because we did talk about that when he... That was a very monumental time when that highlight I was talking about, which you can find on our Facebook page. Just go and look at all the archived videos, because I do cut up highlights and sometimes post them. But he was playing against Logan, who was playing American Flash. And, Logan was on, a tough... He was, stuck on 2 lands, early in the game. Troy lands an on-curve Geist. Attacks with the Geist. Oh, no. It wasn't a Geist. It was a Stringer Root Geist or a Loxodon Smiter. No, it was a Loxodon Smiter that he put, Spectral Flight on. And so he was attacking for 6 a turn, and I thought that's going to be a blow. I even say in the video, it's Azorius Charm's going to be a huge blowout. Logan, Azorius Charms, Simic Charm for the Hexproof. Next turn, the exact same play. The next turn, Logan has the 3rd Azorius Charm. And then Troy fakes the Simic Charm and says, no, it works, and he puts it back on top of his deck. It was a lot of fun, because he only had 2 in his deck. So.
People are flipping tables now.
Flipping tables has begun in the chat. That's the joys of watching us live, as you can get some MTG bot action in there.
Yeah.
Up until the point where it stops responding to 2 things. So we go to, not only is this a win in round, but it comes down to this deciding game. So Aaron's going to be on the play here. I still like Troy's chances, though. We've seen that.
I think Troy's, if everything goes...
If they both have similar draws, and I think Troy still wins.
Yeah, I think Troy wins.
Turn 3 Geist into turn 4 Unflinching Courage is something that Aaron can't beat.
Right.
They make that noise because it's late.
Well, you've done Smiter into Unflinching Courage, and just leaving it as a blocker or something.
Kyle George in the chat making an appearance, suggesting we talk about the new Chandra and how she sucks. Well, we'll talk about that a little bit in between rounds if we have the time for it. I do tend to agree with you in that she's not a bad card as far as Magic is concerned, but
all Chandras suck.
I can't. The first one was fine. If Chandra Nalar costs 4, that would have been a really good card. The one that fireballs. That's the only one that's good, is the one that fireballs. No, well, the one that forks is pretty good too, but it just never had a use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had like mini uses when there was like mini as in like MINI uses when there was like the proliferate stuff. Just because you can use that -2, cast something that has proliferate and basically get the 2 back. But
Jay Davey in the chat saying, why isn't Yin playing? He needs to see his Jun deck. Well, then just go back to January's archival coverage of
the last time I played
Star City Games Columbus, where Yin top 6. Did you top 16?
I think I got like 14th, I think.
Okay. That is, believe it or not, Yin, it is top 16.
Yeah.
14th place.
I was trying to think of where I landed because I was like, no, I did not top 8.
All that matters is you did not top 8.
Yes.
Their price structure is so brutal. Like top
And
8,
it's not
hundreds of
based on,
dollars.
and it's really not based on how many people are there, which is the other thing, which is like, why wouldn't you change it if you get like more people than like?
Well, that's very simple because then you make more money.
That is true.
It is a for-profit business.
However, that and like GPs, that's like what I don't really get with like the GP thing. I'm pretty sure Las Vegas was still like what 3,500 for first place, like the usual payout, and it's a lot more people there.
Yeah, that was especially true, and they're going to obviously have to change that based on public outcry, because at Grand Prix Las Vegas, which they had a cap at 4,500 players, Luis Scott Vargas went 12-3 for no prize. Like, X and 3 got no prize in that tournament. Like, you can't. That's why I think, like, we talked about this before a couple weeks ago, that the Grand Prix Las Vegas is one of the most, like, the winners of Grand Prix Las Vegas, like the top 8, there's some of the most, like, statistically arbitrary top 8 of all time. Because there's so much variance that goes into top 8ing a normal-sized tournament, let alone one where you have 4,500 people.
And sealed, especially.
In a limited format. I mean,
even constructed, you have to go through like so many rounds of getting decent draws and not getting mana.
Decent draws, drawing good matchups, like just this is brutal. Like, I mean, congratulations to the guy that won. I mean, you don't accidentally win one of those things, but like, you know, I mean, the difference between winning that thing and coming in the top 100 is really not that.
Yeah.
The margin is very thin. But yeah, they didn't change the price structure at all, so they still gave out this like very mediocre, you know.
It's like down the top 64. Basically.
They're making what, 40? They're making at least, not counting VIP stuff, you're making $40 a piece on 4,500 people. So looking at like 180,000, I think should be.
4, 4, 16, 45. Yeah, 45 would be 180.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's like a $40,000 prize pool, I think. You know, the venue's going to cost, you know, probably like 10 to 15, maybe 20. It's a lot. That's a big profit.
Yeah, I'm sure they also have like side events, which they make a lot more money off.
Oh, they made so many. I think they got up to like, the side events are numbered numerically. I think they were up in like the 200s. It's ridiculous. Most of the events I go to, the Legacy side event doesn't even fire. Meanwhile, let's talk about the matchup. So we've Aaron Mulling down to 6. On the play, he does have the turn 1 Stromkirk Noble though, but Troy firing right back with an on-curve Strengaroo Geist. He's just going to get in there. Troy's not interested in blocking. This is a race. Troy has correctly identified that he needs to get after it.
Puts enchantments on this dude.
And it's not good unless it's a Rancor, I think.
Well, he taps 1, so it seems like it would be a
Yes. That's fine, because you don't get blown out if they cast it, you know, if they kill it. You know what I mean? Like, Strengaroo Geist is another card in which Troy's list differs from the Bant Hexproof list in that it's not the kind of thing you really want to load up with enchantments, because the reason that card is good is because it dies and comes back, but it doesn't come back with its enchantments. So we're going to see an Azorius Charm here, take out the Stromkirk Noble.
Who plays cards strangely? Simic Charm.
Simic Charm to bounce. It's a pretty good play as Aaron was forced to tap out and he can't replay it, so it's going to buy him 2 attack steps there. Unflinching Courage on my dude. Is that really where I want to be?
Or untap and spread out my lands.
I guess he's not going to load it up here. Or he was possibly going to play a Geist pre-combat for some reason. D-Sphere. So sighting in D-Spheres in this matchup, I guess. I guess Troy's like morphing into like more of the control deck, I guess, but I mean on the draw it seems fine, I guess.
Oh, Shrekar. That seems...
Aaron's body language suggesting he's not pleased with how this is Spectra Flight on my guy.
Okay.
Oh, he's just going all in on this guy.
I mean, Aaron's basically tapped out.
That's enough, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it's not enough, but Aaron, I think, just had enough.
Yeah, I mean, even if he somehow killed the String Root, like, it would come back and get a ranker on it next turn and kill him.
True. All of these things are correct, Yin.
Yes.
So we're going to step outside and see if I can find another match. Shut that door.
All right.
So, when you sat down tonight at your computer and were wondering or wanted to watch the Magic, I guarantee you never thought you were going to see this in the 5th round of our FNM stream. Someone playing a standard High Tide deck against someone playing Curses deck. So here's what you need. Zach Viglianco is our resident Travis Wu. He's the guy who comes up with all the
I like Travis Wu. He does it, S the D.
He only plays his own decks, and he only plays decks that he has fun with. And this is what he calls his standard High Tide deck. I don't. Zach did. And so basically, here's what he does. He plays Heartless Summoning, and then he plays Cryptghast, and then he just like clones Cryptghast.
And Evil Twin.
And Evil Twins Cryptghast, and then like cast Rewind to untap his mana.
Right, he'll flashback
Extortion.
thing twice, and rewind his own thing twice, and then extort, and then float all that
Does he
mana.
play like the
And then he
black
plays
mill land thing?
Natalia Drownyard?
no
No, the X spell.
Mind Grind?
Mind Grind. Oh no.
That'd be a high tide finish.
No, he also plays the demon.
Dissipation?
No, the 7.
What gift? Oh, Gristlebrand.
Gristlebrand, yeah. He plays Gristlebrand so he can refill his hand, yeah.
I'll go through the lower tiers of demons before I get to the one that actually matters.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're changing it to Cryptdesk combo as opposed to High Tide.
He calls it what he calls it. We'll gladly listen. So obviously, Witchbane Orb, a sideboard card.
W Force, tell Max to make me a deck and I'll play next Friday.
That's Matt Mullins.
That's Matt Mullins.
Oh, that's Matt Mullins?
So back to the game here. So Adrian has drawn all of the lands in his deck, apparently.
He needs a lot though, doesn't he?
He does, but more importantly, he needs to find an answer to the Witchbane Orb that Zach played on turn 4. Which is a sideboard card for a lot of different things, like Natalia Drownyard and Obsidat and Slaughter Games, but in this case, very much using the Destroy All the Curses aspect of it, as Adrian's deck is based entirely around Curses combo. We saw it several months ago. He used to play this. Adrian doesn't play in every FNM, but like they can get really out of control. This deck is really missing a Pyroclasm. If it had a Pyroclasm, it'd be a lot better.
It has Rolling Timber, but Pyroclasm is better.
So, Zach's completely hexproof, right?
Yes.
How does Adrian doesn't play creatures?
Adrian does not play creatures, but he...
I'm sure he has an answer at
He
some
had,
point to Wishbane Orb. He has to have it, at least in the sideboarded games. I mean, he can't
I think
expect...
he has Dreadbore in the side. Well, that doesn't destroy... What does it say? That destroys Witchbane. No, I don't think there's a whole lot he can do about Witchbane. Witchbane Orb, well, that's game. Yeah, that's...
It's a rough one to fight there.
Yeah, it is.
But I mean, I guarantee you Zach's playing like one of them. And if Adrian surely has to be prepared for people bringing them in. It's a card that sees sideboard play in tons of decks, not just and not in any way for the curses match.
Right, and he hasn't conceded yet or anything. He realizes he still has some game, but he's fighting uphill.
I guess he's playing white.
Could be.
What's the red-white hybrid that exiles artifacts?
Wear and tear?
Well,
Gate
Crash, I think, or Dragon's Maze, I don't know.
I don't remember. I know what you're talking about.
Wear and tear would work though.
Meanwhile, Zach's not doing anything. I did mention about how his deck. These guys are both having a rough night. This is the fun portion of the tournament. No, they're both 2-2. I stand corrected. So Zach's deck basically is like a blue-black control shell, but it plays, like I said, Heartless Summoning into Crypt Gas, which it clones multiple times, and then with that just ridiculous amount of mana, he just starts killing you with Extort.
Can I ask you a question?
You are more than welcome to.
I have, not been on the stream lately. So what is the new logo at the bottom right?
That is Affinity for Cards, which is run by a friend of mine. It's it's online Magic retail store.
Cool.
With quite literally the best retail prices for hard-to-find cards possible.
Awesome.
And if everyone wants to go over there and use coupon code Lost Legion, which is all one word, you get 5% off.
We have a coupon code?
We do.
Sweet.
We are going high. Great places.
We've got sponsorship on our playmat. We got sponsorship on the retail site.
We are bringing the boom.
I can't wait till my name's a promo code.
Use promo code Max Turner for 0% off your order on any website.
I'll write all over every card you buy.
You will. More importantly, Zach has won game one here, so he's going to win this match simply because there's no way this game is going to end.
What's the other card that Zach has to play besides Witchbane?
Heartless Summon.
So any
Okay.
creature Zach plays is going to get murdered instantly.
Yeah,
Yes.
just about.
But the problem with Zach's deck is that, obviously he didn't build it to win a Pro Tour with, for God's sakes, but the problem with it is that he's going to struggle in games where he doesn't find a Crypt Gas.
Right. Without that, his combo just falls flat. There's no substitute for it.
There's no
unfortunately.
plan B.
Are you going to make us t-shirts anytime soon?
This is theoretically something I want to do, but it requires design and it requires legwork on my part.
Because me and the Wright brothers, I think, are going to go to Richmond and play the Team Sealed for the Open.
Team sealed, and you didn't invite.
We need a third.
You need a third?
Well, the Wright brothers are like, we'll go.
Well, that's three right there.
All right, so here's
Except for you want one of the Wright brothers that doesn't suck.
You know what I'm saying?
I know.
so Zach.
Where is it at?
All right, guys, I've got to talk a little bit about the game here. So Zach finally finds a Crypt Gas, which only costs 2 thanks to the Heartless Summoning. Now he's passing back here, which is obviously going to be awful for him because there's no way it lives, right? It dies to
a full mortar set.
it dies to everything. It's a 1/1 now because of the summoning.
And Adrian still has a handful of cards.
No way. He just passed back.
Pillar, Rolling Trembler, Mizzy Mortar's Warrior's Helix.
It does survive.
Devil's Play.
It doesn't matter. He does play Devil's Play. It doesn't matter because it did, in fact, survive. So let's see what he can do here. He does, in fact, have 3 swamps. So he's tapping for 2 black there, and now a blue for 3.
You wanted to trade?
Sure. I'll exit this ripping thing.
Yeah, I can't imagine Adrian letting that thing live for any turn.
Oh, it's not like it was a conscious decision. I just find it hard to believe that he doesn't have any removal spell in his hand, considering he's played 1,000 lands. I mean, I know his
And he can't even target Zach with half.
I know his entire grip is curses that he can't play because of the Witchbane Orb. This is not one of the better matches we've ever had under the Future Match camera. We've run pretty hot and cold tonight in terms of quality Magic, and because all of our first games end very quickly, and there's been a lot of aggro tonight, and then you end up getting a secondary match, which is not necessarily.
Yeah, I can't believe how quickly mine and Garrett's match went when we played. He was just...
Well, his draws weren't great. You did have turn 1 discard both games, and
Yeah.
opposite that and Thundermaw closed games out very quickly.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
So Zach shocking himself here, playing a Watery Grave, which is in fact another swamp, so... He's already cloned his Crypt Ghast once here, so he has like unlimited mana. He just tapped for 4 mana. There's another clone.
Is Adrian hoping to get some value out of Rolling Tumbler and just wipe the board after he overcommits?
No, he just does, his draw is just all curses. So he just has no relevant spells here. So every swamp that Zach taps is 4 mana now. He was floating 4, so he just hard cast Grizzlebrand. No big deal. just cast a quick Grizzlebees here. I'm gonna draw 7. That's a pretty aggressive draw 7. But when you got your shields up with a Witchbane Orb, I guess you can feel a lot more comfortable drawing 7 than you normally would in this spot against that much mana in the red deck. Good grief, he's just going down to 1. I guess he's just trying to combo him out here.
I don't think he cares about going to 1. Like, unless Adrian deals with the Witchbane, it's...
Zach is floating 1 black mana after all of this, after having cloned his Crypt Ghast twice and hard casting an Emrakul, Grizzlebrand.
He probably could get Emrakul if we're legal.
So he's floating.
10 blue.
He's got 12 mana. He said
10 blue, 2 black.
The other way. 10 black, 2 blue. That's what he's got.
He has a Boros charm. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's tons of cards that Adrian could kill Zach with, but the Witchbane Orb is ruining all of this. Oh, here we go. So he's going to cast Heartless Summoning, counter it with his own Rewind. What happened there?
He burned himself? Shocked himself?
Why would he do that? Just for fun, I guess? I mean, I don't...
Yeah.
There's no reasonable value here.
Oh,
well, I guess this
what did Adrian do? Going out on his own terms.
Yeah.
He skullcracked himself.
He's going to die like a man. So this is how he's comboing here. He's getting Gristlebrand into play through this, like, basically chaining. And he's very much playing a standard High Tide deck here. He's countering his own spells, which are basically his Cloud of Fairies.
Oh, he skullcracked himself because it prevents all gain life. It actually stops the Extort from gaining him life.
Interesting.
So that was actually quite a tech play right there.
It won't stop him losing the life.
No, it will not.
And that's what he's going to die to, as he's already one trigger. He does have 4 Crypt Ghast now.
Yeah, Extort can still kill him, but that's still a very good play.
There's another Crypt Ghast. He's going to extort that one 4 times, dropping Adrian down to 10. He has 5 Crypt Ghast out.
Yeah, that's not Adrian going out on its own terms. Yeah, that was actually a reasonable play. Not that it matters in the long term. He's still in trouble, but yeah, it was very interesting.
If someone turns in right now or has been watching the whole time, it did take us a while to get to this point, but I don't know. If I just tuned in and randomly saw 5 Crypt Ghast and the Gristlebrand, I'd want to know what was going on, you know? I'd be very interested about the scenario which has led to this. And again, these guys have had, could have had better nights. They're 2-2, but if Zach wins this one, he does go to 3-2.
3-2.
And most weeks, if we had less people, that would sneak into the top.
That'll be close to the cut, yes.
Yep, and there's an Evil Twin that he's going to rewind, and he's going to... So in response to this, I don't know how much mana Zach has floating, but given his body language, he's casting an Evil Twin and rewinding it, but in response, Adrian's going to cast Electricity. Does Electricity doesn't target, I don't think, right?
It does. Well, you can overload it. So no, it doesn't target. You can overload it. Surely he overloaded it, right?
It doesn't, so it clears out all the crypt
Clears
gas.
out all the crypt gas. But why he didn't do that much earlier? Oh, he wanted him to be tapped out.
Oh, because he couldn't do it because he knows he has a rewind.
He has a
He's
rewind,
14.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Zach is just as okay at rewinding Adrian's spells as his own spells.
Yeah. And because of Heartless Summoning, all the crypt gas are 1/1s. But the problem here is that the rewind still resolves, so he still has he can still chain, because he was floating 1 billion mana.
What is he floating now?
Another crypt
Oh,
gas.
another crypt gas?
Another
Okay.
crypt gas in his hand. So he's got him down to 9 off Extort triggers. I don't know. You've got to give somebody some credit for piecing this hot mess together. Of rewind my own. I'm going to make a combo where I have to counter my own spells to generate an absurd amount of mana.
And then just use it to extort, not to mind grind or anything else.
Yeah,
just to extort 8 times.
He should be playing like 1 copy of Mind Grind for sure. They're reprinting Rewind in 14, aren't they? Have you watched the
believe
spoilers?
so. I think
I'm pretty
so.
sure they have.
I know cancel is.
I love the people who are just turning in
Yes, it's reprinted.
and trying to figure out what's going on with the deck names.
And here I was thinking that combat decks were dead.
Because at this point, at one point he was floating like 12 mana, and past that point he generated more mana. So you play 6 to rewind something, and then you generate another 16, so you're at 18 mana, so you can mind grind for 14 lands. That's good in most cases.
But it's not enough. Yeah. It's...
Well, it might be. Adrian's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If he's close,
Oh,
you can
okay.
get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's cast 2 rewinds, so it would have been good enough. Maybe that's not elegant enough for Zach.
Well,
Zach's not here trying to win. Zach's trying to win
Well, and
specifically in the way that he designed.
And it only helps him once he gets the combo. Like, without the combo, he doesn't want it. He wants to have other cards to help him get there. That's just a win more card.
We got him down to 4. We can't just untap and attack him with Grizzlebrand if he wants to.
The Gristlebrand's already been in play at least 1 turn, right?
No, this is the same turn.
Oh, this is still the same turn?
Yeah. Grizzlebrand is just Yawgmoth's bargain in this deck. He's just drawing 1,000 lands.
He casts me out.
Zach's saying he has 2 blue and an irrelevant number of black mana. Zach, alright.
He thought he was 1 mana short?
I don't know. You ask me that question as if I care at this point.
I forgot High Tide is all 1 turn. Yeah. Like, it's a shame he can't write 8 of Rewind. Adrian's like, are you gonna kill me now?
Ian's like, just kill him, put me out of my misery, for God's sake. I'm gonna take a picture of this before he...
Oh my god! Alright, extort triggers.